Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tell Me Why. Now, unfortunately, there was an issue where my audio didn't record, so I'm not sure why that is.
Allison's
But
first drafts. Right. Because I didn't contribute at all.
Come on. I know you did. I can't believe she kept all these.
You'd think putting them on the fridge for a couple of weeks would have been enough.
You know how we thought of ourselves as the goblins? Did you ever get the sense that maybe Mary Ann was the princess in the stories?
Yeah. She called her bedroom the princess's sanctum, and she was all alone in the woods, in this house, until we showed up.
She was. Alone, but with a few friends who helped her along the way.
I love
What are
being
you doing?
interrupted by them. Thank you, Tyler.
Research. So, if Mary Ann was the princess, then who were all the rest?
And
Mary
here
Ann's-
we go.
Oh, come on. Humor me.
So Marianne's three main friends, Tessa, Uncle Eddie, and Chief Brown. We basically need to figure out which of the three drawings, so the pelican, the bear, and the moose correspond to each of them. So you can see them there. I wasn't sure at first whether the person in the middle there was Eddie, because it's kind of just difficult to see. But there's kind of no one else it could really be. The same as Sam on the left, but I knew Sam on the right rather. But I knew it was Tessa on the left because we saw her in the memory and she was wearing the exact
Poor
same outfit.
Moose. Really didn't do him justice.
Justice? Kind of ironic, huh?
Considering he was the lawful good one.
Too bad the law isn't really just.
So yeah, a moose that fishes and has a relation to the law obviously has to be Uncle Eddie. And I immediately guessed it, but I was kind of wondering, should I have a look at the book anyway? And I decided I would. So yeah, this is a story about the bear. It's basically about how, like, the princess was in trouble, the bear helped her, and then the bear, like, proposed to her or something, and she said no. Which sounds awfully familiar to Sam over there, doesn't it? Okay, so since we're able to swap the pictures, it's just the bear's already in the right place. So it's just the moose and the pelican. I thought it was a duck at first.
Pelican.
until
She
said
was the
pelican.
most generous one.
Yeah. But there was always a catch.
Yeah, generous but with a catch. That sounds exactly like Tessa.
The bear was the most helpful one. He was always around.
Stalking her?
What? No.
I mean, he was kinda always there. Lurking. You done?
The bear does seem to show up at
You
the worst possible
go here.
times. So yeah, swapping them around. And I check anyway just to make sure, just to have a look at the story of the pelican and the moose. Just out of curiosity. And they pretty much line up exactly as the characters. The moose likes to fish and like helps him out or something. And the pelican, like, I don't know. There's the mad hunter as well that we saw in Tyler's flashback, Tyler's memory. But yes, this is a story about the pelican, I think. Yeah, the pious pelican. And it's basically, it describes Tessa perfectly. And then near the very end is there's the pelican again. And I noticed that some of these stories have lines that have been kind of taped over and I assume rewritten. And I just think that's very interesting, especially the stories about Tessa and Uncle Eddie. So I'm very curious to see. It doesn't look like, yeah, there's the moose. And again, more of that blacked out, rewritten text. So I'd be very curious to see if that has any effect
All right.
on the story. I'm sure it
I
does,
think I'm
but,
done.
you know.
You sure?
How do you like them apples?
You know, I think you might be onto something. What about these guys? I don't see them being real life people, or this one.
But yeah, so there's the Mad Hunter again. He keeps popping up.
The specific human attributes you have assigned to these forest animals are truly thought-provoking.
Indubitably.
Thank you, Tyler and Allison. Appreciate that.
Yep.
And there's Marianne
Totally
again.
Marianne.
Why a princess, though? Why not a queen?
She hated authority.
Yeah, she'd have been a terrible ruler.
You better hurry, or the Mad Hunter will catch us! We need to hide. This way! What's going on? I don't know. Is he here? Is he really here? I don't know. I'm scared. Go away! Yeah! Go back to the forest!
So
I
the
forgot
Mad
about
Hunter
that. We've been
seemed-
pretending he was there.
And then, suddenly he was.
That was the only time that happened, right? Allison? Wait. It felt way too real. It was...
Us. Pushing our imagination way too far.
Great. Sam Kansky, Grandmaster of Bad Timing. We're not done with this conversation.
Morning, Sam.
Ahoy, goblins! I ran into Chief Brown, who said you were starting to clean up on the house this morning, so, I kind of figured you might need some supplies.
Thank you. That was very thoughtful.
Oh, also got something for you, Tyler. Every man needs a good knife. There you are.
Thanks, Sam.
Good. Good, yeah. Oh, and before I forget, for the lady of the house.
Some food, of course, to cook. Not finished, like to
It was
cook.
her mom's favorite recipe. Still make it darn near every week. Think of her every time.
Thanks. But we don't have a stove. Still no electricity.
Oh, yeah, that fuse box is busted. Just another thing I've been meaning to put back together around here.
Where is it? I can take care of it.
Oh, I don't doubt you can. But, I've been kicking this thing back to life for the last 20-some years. I'll give you a hand.
Tyler doesn't look too happy about that.
All right.
Box is in the barn. Follow me.
We'll be right behind you.
But yeah, so the Mad Hunter was able to look at them even through the memory. So either there's something really weird going on with Mad Hunter, or kind of like back in Tessa's place, it's showing that your memories might not always be perfectly 100% accurate, or something like that.
Well, I
I'm
guess
not
old
certain.
bears can learn new tricks.
Yep. Come on. Let's go get our electricity back on.
And because Tyler walks so slowly, I'm initially wondering what we're supposed to do until Tyler walks into me. Thanks.
So, how's school?
I graduated already. Outdoor studies.
Oh, outdoor studies, huh? Well, it's a good thing I came along when I did. You know, I built this here barn for your mama.
You really helped her out, huh?
Now, you know, just a few chores here and there. I was glad to help. Your mother, no. I could never bring myself to leave her high and dry. Anyways, let me find that darn key.
Wait. Wait, Sam, you have more of our keys?
Yeah. The one for the barn's called a railroad key. See, it's got this special tip that you can...
Fascinating. I'll take that off your hands now.
Well, I, figured I might still need to do some maintenance, so,
Nope. We're good. Thank you.
fair warning. Door's a bit temperamental.
Haven't you been taking care of this place? You didn't oil the doors?
What? You think I just hang out here all day or something? Here, son, give me a try.
Good.
Okay, when you twist it as far as you can to the left, give it a nice little jerk.
Damn it.
No shit.
So while they're complaining about the broken door, I go into the garage and have a wander around. And I notice that looks like a car. It's
Well,
the
at least
vague
the door's open now.
shape and
Yeah.
size.
Well, that's easy enough to fix. Now, that fuse box.
Oh no, no, no. You and you are going to clean up. All right, that fuse box is not going to fix itself.
Yeah, so she kind of interrupted herself, and we can't go back outside
Mission,
and talk to them.
fuse box.
The only thing we can
Let's
do
do this.
is touch the fuse box. So I guess we'll try
All
to fix
right.
that now.
Fuses go into plugs. Should be easy enough.
So, says Marianne, I wrapped up your electrical board.
Alright, let's take a look.
I can't read half of this.
Look at what?
But in case
The
you
whole
want to check it
gem
out,
needs to be replaced.
careful not to overload the
Sand
circuits.
that part down.
You'll have to use
Could be
15 amp
finished the whole
fuse for the
thing,
garage,
but
and total up to 120 amps for the
work
whole
on an old door.
house. They keep talking over me, but I'm going to just talk over them. Sam, P.S. Pretty proud of myself for this one. I've even... Oh, this is very small on my screen. Something about color code, and he followed that properly. You'll be able to read it better anyway in the video.
Pass me that handle.
Yeah.
So yeah, while I'm trying to...
Oh, shit. Oh.
What happened? You okay?
Yeah, it's just a bum knee. I wrecked it playing ball.
Ball. Football? In college?
High school. Best damn fullback around. No, till I got hurt.
So yeah, I noticed...
That's rough.
Shush. I noticed that it's kind of like blotchy over in the read thing that pops up, but you could actually read it pretty much perfectly on the actual sheet itself, so it's kind of pointless. But you listen. So yeah, 6 fuses. The one for the garage is already... garage is already put in. It already has the 15 in. So that's nice. So it's only 105 volts left we need to worry
Problem
about.
must be the latch.
No shit. It's covered in rust.
Nothing a little salt and lime can't fix.
Salt and lime. It's a door latch, not a bottle of cheap tequila.
Sure could go for a margarita right about now.
A margarita? Really?
Hey, sometimes old Sam likes to feel fancy.
So yeah, this puzzle is definitely one. I definitely overcomplicated this puzzle a lot. I was trying to think like, oh, did I miss something? But they going to tell me like, oh, you know, kitchen needs a high fuse or something like that. So I just kind of started taking a
Hold
guess.
this. I wanna go look
I
at
noticed that the
Shouldn't we
wires,
get this
some of the
cleaned
wires
up
were the same.
before we
I
put
was
it
like,
back
that's
together?
probably
I just want to check.
relative, so you're probably not to put like, you know,
You two
a
got
million
the,
30 amps all
bear
over the place, because that would
What
like
for? You and your gun
cause
are always
explosion or
around.
something.
not
Um,
always. And you can't fend off a bear with smart-ass remarks, you know?
We're not getting a gun, Sam.
But yeah, so Sam keeps trying to get us a gun, or get us to get a gun, which I don't like. Which Tyler certainly does not like, and neither does Allison. So, yeah, we can't move that 15 that's already in there. So it's just filling in the other 5 to 105 total. I was trying to think
Mold
like,
everywhere.
Well, don't stick your
look at
nose
that, and I was
in
like, okay,
there.
well, kitchen probably needs a high
Goddamn
voltage,
bouquet.
so
Mildew is
or
always a
high
problem
current,
with
so I
these
was like, we
doors.
try a
They're on the
30 amp
north
in there.
side, so no sunlight.
Sounds like the builder
trying to take a
really
guess.
screwed that up, huh?
Hey now, watch yourself.
We just need to clean it with turpentine, right? And borax?
Mm-hmm. Probably ought to blow dry it too. I usually air out the barn much as I can. And oil in the spring.
Linseed?
Well, hell no. That stuff's a hatchery for mold. Teak is what you want.
Okay. But yeah, I kind of forgot that they wouldn't expect you to have like an electrical engineering degree for this puzzle. Therefore, I shouldn't be trying to like guess what an electrical engineer would know, because
Silver bit.
I don't have an electrical
It needs to be
engineering
forced
degree.
back onto the brass bit.
That's probably what was jamming it in the first place.
Probably so. You got a good head for this stuff.
Yeah, well, you're not the only person who used to fix stuff around here.
Yep. Pretty much took an army to keep this place standing.
And who was the one who built it there, Sam? To be fair, I suppose building this whole biome by yourself is pretty impressive, so I'll definitely give Sam credit for that. But, yeah, so I want to start fiddling with some fuses, plugging stuff in, and...
Still won't budge.
Is there any 3-in-1 oil in the barn?
Nope. You'll have to pick some up at the Vecchi's. Anyways, see how loose the bolt is? Strike needs to be replaced.
Does that mean we can't fix the door?
Yeah. Not today.
So much for an easy fix.
So yeah, all this talking over me and interrupting, and they couldn't even fix the door at all. I mean, I suppose I appreciate it. It's kind of funny to listen to the background, but when you're trying to talk about something and they keep interrupting you, but yeah, so if I could start actually putting fuses in, that'd be kind of cool. So I figured out a good combination is 130, 115, and 320 amps adds up to 105. That plus the 15 that's already in there is 120. So I'm trying to figure out what should go where. And I am going to go ahead until I figure that out.
That's not right.
You sure you don't need a hand?
Hey, I'm moving at my own pace. I need to know this stuff.
All right.
Women, huh?
Don't do that, Sam.
Did you read the note next to the box?
But yeah, so
I guess I
failing
should
a few
try a
times-
higher amp fuse.
Be careful you don't put a low amp in a high amp plug. That's a fire just waiting to happen.
Just do the math, Allison.
I was doing the maths. Fine. But I noticed as I'm taking them out, because I'm like, oh, I'll take everything out, just be handy. I noticed that the 20 amp fuses are the same color as the yellow wires. And I said before I needed 320 amps, and there's 3 yellow wires. Because you can, if you look up at the top, which I'm not going to do, hopefully. But if you look up the top, you can see coming out, you can see coming out is only 3 wires. So I realised you just put the red with the red, the yellow with the yellow, and the white with the blue. That adds up to 120, and it works.
Seems good.
And so that is the holder that held the gun that I assume was the gun Marianne almost killed Tyler with.
You damn fool.
Hence why they don't want to have a gun.
Everything okay?
You two look like you got this all in hand, so, bye.
What was that about?
But yeah, so we're not going to buy a gun. We did get the fuses fixed eventually, and I will have my audio fixed for next week, hopefully. I know what went wrong. I just need to make sure that I remember that the same mistake doesn't happen. But yeah, so I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!